This is a continuation or follow-up review of the Samurai Warrior winch. So here it is. I've had it for about 2 years now. I got to say, a winch, any winch, as long as you can, as long as it works and is reliable, and this one has been, is a great addition to any 4x4's toolbox of necessities. As you can see, what I did is to lower the profile and lower the damage of the impact damage of the bad look of having a control box here. I've moved the control box with a bunch of cables to inside the Jeep. It also raises up out of the water. This was not water sealed when it was down there, so this is better up here. At least it's a little bit higher, and it will stop it from getting splashed. And I like running into the water pretty hard. So there's a switch that came with it from Electric Winch Shop in UK. That is actually, but it came with this. It's a 500 peak rating, not a 500 continuous rating. So watch out for this. This will blow if you run it. If you pull too hard on the winch for a long period of time, and you shouldn't do that anyway. So blow this rather than blowing your motor. So that's actually, no complaints to them about that. Running off an optimal battery here. I got really heavy-duty cables. These big cables that are in the center leads are actually the winch cables. My car cables are actually thinner than that, running off the sides. Everything runs down here to the switch. The switch is not in there right now. That's just a rubber cap in here. The radio controls down here. I do have to say the radio control is really the minimum. The only complaint I would have about the system, it is functional, it does work. However, there's a delay when you press the button. It starts a second or 2 seconds after you press the button, and then when you let go, it keeps on going for a second or 2 seconds. And that's a little discomforting. Let's just put it that way. It works fine. The distance on it and everything like that works fine, but it's just a little bit discomforting in a digital age where you're so used to things going click, 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 right, really fast response. It isn't like that, just to let you know. That needs to be repaired. Okay, so anyway, also running off of that, there is the hand switch, just in case the battery dies in the remote control. Very simple. So, cable has been fine. I haven't cut or damaged my cable as of yet. I've done a number of pulls, saved my butt when I was off-road one time by myself, which you're not supposed to do. We all know that. We're not supposed to do that. I hung up on both axles and I dragged myself for probably 10 meters, 10 yards. On my axles using the winch. It worked out fine. I did a single line pull on that. So, you know, with a Suzuki, that winch does pretty well. Don't bother looking at my tires. Those are my day-to-days. So, I'm washing the cable. The cable, I noticed it started to fray. I used a dish detergent. Don't use dish detergent when you're washing a cable. Get a big bucket. Throw your whole cable in your bucket and wash with a animal safe or baby safe type of shampoo. Wash with shampoo, compress and close your cable, like pull and close, open and close, get all the mud out of the individual cracks, then blast it. Just lay it on a nice long piece of concrete and blast it with your hose and get all the muck out of it. Leaving dirt inside of here, the cable will cut itself as it's pulling really hard. Everything has worked out well. You can see I've got just a little bit of fraying in here, but after the number of pulls and abuse, and I've actually slung this cable over a dirt mountain to get somebody on the other side of the dirt mountain, and then drag the cable through the dirt mound. So I can't complain about the quality. And actually, at the price of the winch, compared to some others on the market, it is pretty damn good. Saved my butt. And it by high speed really isn't high speed. Once you get stress on that winch, it will slow down. But they say high speed, and what they mean by that is that when there's less stress on the winch, it speeds up. It doesn't stay at one speed, it speeds up. So what's nice about that is when you're pulling somebody, as soon as they get some traction, they start to move faster than your winch. And what they're going to do is they're going to drive over your cable. With this winch, the winch actually speeds up as the stress gets less on the motor, and what that allows it to do is catch up with the car as it's pulling out. Now, if he really floors it out of a mud hole, he's going to run over your winch cable. Your winch cable is just not going to be able to go that fast. But as he bogs, you can keep up with him. And what's really nice about that is that let's just say he's bogged, so you're doing a full stress pull. So you're pulling him, and then he gets some traction. He starts moving forward. The winch catches up with him, or moves along with him, and it keeps that force on him, even if he doesn't need the full strength of the winch. Let's just say, you know, he only needs an extra 500 pounds of torque pulling on him. The winch will just pull that 500 and keep up with him, so that you can drag somebody through the mud, and you don't have to stop you don't have to stop if he gets traction, because the winch will keep up with him as long as he doesn't get full traction and start flooring it and driving over your winch cable. So that high speed aspect of it works really well. I don't know how people get by with single speed winches. I mean, like, that's just crazy now. So it works well. Now, by high speed, it isn't terribly high speed, but it has stopped that slack yank, slack yank, slack yank once or two on my pole. So works out very nicely. Okay, bye-bye.